Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Ashen Cast, and today we're having a look at a game played here by two of the current world champions. That would be DRX Zeka and DRX Pyhosik. Alright, so we have Pyhosik here on the Belveth, and Zeka is on his Yone with a Sidrani in the top lane. So there is a little bit of magical damage missing in the top side, but at least there's some, right? And obviously Sidrani, Belveth and Yone all have incredible synergy together. And then in the bot lane for them, they do have a Draven and a Janna, which is going to be an interesting lane. Janna pretty good at countering something like the Nautilus, but then Syndra also pretty good at dealing with Draven. So we'll see how exactly that goes. I would favor this lane. I would favor the Syndra lane here. However, the early game, Draven still has a lot more, and this is going to be okay. Kill number 1 has been acquired, but yeah, I think there's not going to be any more kills. Valerie, yeah. So Nautilus goes down, and the red team goes back to their jungle. We are going to spectate Pyhosik just because he is the jungler, right? So I'm going to spend a lot of time looking at the jungle paths, what he does. So very good at clearing this camp. Obviously with the new jungle item, it gets even easier. So we are starting at the chickens and then moving our way over to the red buff, as Zeka has a very free lane since Akali had to recall. And so he gets level 2 for free, and that should give him the ability to bully out the lane. Top lane is going to be rough. Olaf is very good. Quite strong against Sidrani. Can't really fight back Sidrani. What Sidrani wants to do is do really short trades. But even in those, Olaf is pretty decent. So it's a difficult one. So we have a little bit of a gank coming up here. Alright, let's have a look at what exactly is happening. Flash onto the Draven here by Nautilus, and Draven is going to try to pick up a kill, but he dropped 1 axe and he is barely able to not take down Nautilus. Actually, Nautilus goes down to Janna. What a tragic, that would have been very important to get that payday on the Dravy. As a kill in the top lane onto the Olaf was picked up by Belveth and Sidrani. Belveth not healthy enough to counter jungle, which leaves Graves at a decent advantage here. Pyhosik is being greedy here. Yeah. Alright, we're looking for Olaf. Olaf is going to go down, but Sidrani will go down with him. But this is still a favorable trade, because first of all, gold is shared, and second of all of this wave is being denied to the Olaf, so it is most definitely worth it. Ooh, Zeka losing the trades a little bit here. Yeah, this is... Ooh, Zeka is actually losing pretty hard, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. Alright, goes down to the... As another kill is acquired by the Janna. Draven finally gets his payout. Not a very good payout though, and Sidrani did the standard. This is something that has become very, very meta. Something that as a top laner you can incorporate as well, is just running into the bottom lane and then teleporting back to your lane. Or in this case, it actually seems like... Yeah, it seems like he's going to recall and then walk back. Losing a little bit of a lead for himself, but creating a even bigger lead for the map and for his team. Alright, so if I did track it correctly, which I hopefully did, then Graves is ahead of the Belveth here slightly. No, actually not. That is crazy. Okay, well, Belveth's definitely doing good. I mean, in the jungle, I was thinking, but yeah, I know that Belveth obviously got all those kills from the top side. So that is a bit of a different story then. Very, very solid job by Sidrani, by the way. Definitely a very, very impactful member here, right? And this is also like for everyone who says, yeah, I can't carry on tanks. Ooh, this is going to be a dead Belveth. Yeah. For anyone who says I can't carry on tanks, this is what you do, right? You try to enable, play around your team, and try to just create situations. Alright, the E connects. Zeka is going to be alive. However, Zeka's still not out of danger, and he's taking tower shots, and he is going down. I don't know what exactly he was planning to do there, but that is absolutely not how you play that matchup. You can, and I think that is what he tried. You can cancel the Akali E with your Q, but if she predicts it, then like she did here, then you're just sat there and looking stupid. Alright, beautiful kill picked up by Belveth. And this is not a good sign, hey? Because the top side is very far ahead. And that means that Belveth is going to be able to get her Herald more or less for free, which is, well, you know, that's pretty vital on Belveth, getting that Herald. And this wouldn't be the first time that we've seen people like Pyhosik run around on a Herald, slash on the Herald given true form for like times, I think like 5 minutes or something. I think that was what we saw. It was the top lane Belveth. And she managed to keep that buff up for almost the entire game. As she just roamed around, you know, created opportunities. And obviously, if you get ahead on Belveth, it is very easy to dive. So that is most definitely a thing. So on Belveth, we have a recurve bow and a vampire scepter. That means we are probably going to see a blade of the Rune King. Is very good. Is very good on Belveth. You see the Olaf roam again. This is the classic, right? The top laner going to the bottom lane again, sacrificing farm up here. That is just how it goes. As a Janna dive is going to happen as well. Shutdown collected for the jungler. And that puts Grave into a beautiful position here to be able to do something against the Belveth. He can be very good against Belveth, but it's very much a game of like, is Belveth going to be able to time her... Ooh. Is Belveth going to be able to time her damage reduction correctly? Alright, very big L for Olaf. He used his ultimate, which is quite important. Used his ultimate, didn't really get anything out of it. And now Belveth is on the hunt. Kill onto the Graves picked up, and yeah, this is not looking good for Pyhosik here. Pyhosik getting stunned. Pyhosik is going down. And that's a beautiful juggle by the enemy team. But Sejuani has arrived, and Sejuani will pick up 2 kills for herself. Great ultimate. And I think Pyhosik could have played that a little bit safer. All right, another kill. Another kill goes to Sejuani. Alpha go test. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what exactly will come out of this game, because let's be honest, this is a pretty even game. Beautiful play by Akali, by the way, as she does pick up a kill onto what? Onto the Yone. Why did she suicide herself? That was most definitely Sudoku by her. But good reaction by, obviously by Pyhosik. Just going into that mura form. And not going to be acquired by the red team here. Herald goes over to the blue team. Big win for the blue team. Absolutely huge. Big loss for Pyhosik, especially. Very unfortunate, as he has to go back to farming for now. Sunfire Aegis, although not a mythic anymore, is going to be acquired here by... is going to be acquired by the Sydrani. Let's see what she gets after this. Obviously, Aegis does help very well with farm and stuff like that, as a kill onto the Nautilus is going to be acquired here by Belveth. And there it is. The ultimate form, huh? The true form. Alright, we're looking to skirmish, obviously. Whenever you have that form, you are quite empowered. So you are kind of looking. Ooh, beautiful catch by the Belveth. Good damage to the Graves. Graves' ultimate is going to go wide anyway. Wouldn't have done a whole lot of damage one way or another. And this is 18 to 17 stacks on the jungle item, so very even. As we have a red jungle item for Graves and a green jungle item for Belveth. If Graves were to go for the highest value, he would probably pick the green item. However, the red item obviously gives him the ability to one-shot carries, which can be quite valuable. So dependent on what exactly a champion needs. Sometimes a statistically less optimal item can still be optimal. Beautiful try by Nautilus, actually, by the way, there. But barely doesn't hit. The enemy team does manage to get out. As the dragon is acquired and Graves is summoning in the bot lane, is summoning the Herald. Olaf is TPing. They're expecting the red team to collapse here. Red team is definitely thinking about it, with Belveth leading the charge. The Akali mark is not going to be taken, and the Herald takes down a turret. This is a quite scary situation for the blue team, but the red team can't really get into their territory as they are quite spread out, and yeah. So the call is off. Everyone's leaving. Sydrani really wanted to do it, but no one else. Draven hasn't even recalled, so he's being very safe. And Pyhosik has to be a little bit careful here, but he should be good as long as he just doesn't take a stupid fight. Nope. Entire team roaming up there. Ooh, beautiful dodge. Okay. Ooh, beautiful ultimate hitting two people, and that is going to be the Belveth true form acquired again with the Ghost. He is going to go into chase mode, but he has to be very careful with the Olaf, obviously. Looks at the Syndra and the Akali, is not going to be able to find them, as Draven will find the Syndra though. And that's huge. That is absolutely great for the red team here. 800? What? 822. 400 gold shutdown here on the Belveth. Belveth is absolutely huge, as Draven does Draven things and goes down. Sydrani currently pushing the bottom lane turret. Not really much she can do. She isn't really that strong at it. Could try to counter jungle some camps, but these have more resistance in the enemy jungle than in your jungle. So that is interesting, as Belveth is going to recall. And now the Yaksho, the Protean, is available here. Yaksho is a very, very interesting item. I'm going to read it to you. So it's 400 health, 30 armor, 30 magic resist, and 20 ability haste. So those so far are mediocre stats for the gold. However, first of all, the mythic passive grants resistances, so armor and magic resist, to every legendary item. And then the Voidborn resilience, we'll get to in a second, after a kill onto Syndra has been taken. And we are chasing for more. We are looking at the entire team here. Yeah, beautiful knockup by Pyhosik. And that is one going down. The Pyhosik true form evolution is coming out, and Sydrani picks up 2 kills for herself. Tanking and chasing the Graves, but do you really want to do that? No, you probably don't. Well, actually, yeah, if we can catch a good knockup here. Alright, the knockup does not land. However, the red buff slow has been acquired, yes, and the damage reduction comes in clutch, and he picks up a kill on 2. The Graves will go down here to the Syndra though. Syndra ultimate picks up a huge shutdown of bonus 500 gold plus 300. So absolutely huge for Syndra, as she is one of the damage carries as well. Very, very favorable situation for her. So here, since Graves is running Godrinker, I think he should actually run Moss Stomper Seedling, but he would be able to do that as well. He would be able to switch it, I believe right now he would be able to switch it still. Alright, so let's have a look at Yaksho, right? Because we were doing it, and let's have a look again. So Voidborn Resilience. For each second in champion combat, gain a stack granting 3 armor and 3 magic resist. Up to 8 stacks max. Okay, so that in itself is already, you know, that's pretty solid. That's 24 armor and magic resist. That is about as much as Yaksho already gives you, right? So that about doubles it, right? And then at max stacks, become empowered, instantly draining enemies around you for 3% of your maximum health as magic damage, and healing you for the same amount. That itself is great, right? Because it gives you that reliable heal. And obviously on Belveth, it is not as crazy as on some other champions, as not all of Belveth's items are going to be giving her more HP, more maximum HP. However, it is still absolutely great. And then it also goes, your resists are increased by 15% until the end of combat, which is obviously the way that Belveth likes to fight. This can be absolutely huge. And so this item is great on Belveth, gives her the survivability that she wants, the survivability that she needs. And let's be honest, usually like Blade of the Rune King already feels like it is worth 3 items on other champions on her. There are some champions that it feels like that on, and Belveth definitely one of them. Most of the melee attackers can benefit a lot from the Blade of the Rune King, because most of them are also prone to being kited and so on and so forth. Plus, it gives you all the stats you want and need, and to a breakpoint where it also feels really good. Right, Akali looking for a kill here onto the Yone. Yone. Q is going to be dodged here, and Akali is still looking. Yeah. But she will not be able to pick up a kill onto the Yone. Was a little bit too hesitant there. Could have probably done a lot more there by sacrificing some of her HP and taking away his ability to escape. But it is what it is. Herald charge, kind of useless. Charging down into the turret doesn't really do anything. But you know, it is what it is. It's a little bit of damage that you do. It's the second Herald. Who expected a whole lot out of it? Okay, so let's see about the Yaksho, right? Yaksho should be coming in pretty much now. Yeah, Yaksho coming in. And this also means that the resistances are stacked to maximum. It will not save him, as he was alone with 3 people there. And all those people do quite a bit of damage as well. But not a bad idea nonetheless. Zion will work on the Olaf. Beautiful knock-up actually. Catching the Graves here, which is also going to go down eventually. But first, Akali takes down the Draven, and she will actually get out of it for the time being. But Janna, obviously, with that movement speed passive that she gives to her allies, the longer this chase goes, the more they will catch up. But Akali safely here under turret did use her shuriken, so that takes away from some of her kill potential here with the Syndra, but that's totally fine. Shuriken should be up by now, but obviously she is so low she elects to go back. Smart move. All right, so Draven seems to butt his head into the wall a little bit too hard, too much. So 4, 5, 11. He is doing okay, but he is not popping off by any means. However, the Sidrani now is running Yaksho as well, so you already see a trend here. Yaksho, not too bad, not too terrible. Obviously, together with the Sunfire Aegis, that is going to make for a bunch a bunch of magic resist and even more armor. Alright, kill on to... No one picked up so far as Sejuani is taking a lot of damage. And that is the enemy team. The blue team is low. The Syndra, the Akali, they're all very, very low here. The Nautilus low as well. But they did manage to trade back well enough to save themselves from a dive this time. It's Pyhosik. Was trying to get a sneaky... What do you call that? Flank? Yes, a sneaky flank. Learn English words with Ashen. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So we see also the small little shield here. I think on this build it becomes even more valuable to build tankiness. Yeah. So we see a what I would assume is a force of nature here coming out for the Belveth. Obviously, Force of Nature, not necessarily the craziest item if you have a lot of physical damage like the Graves and the Olaf. I mean, technically, these guys are 2 physical damage dealers. But apparently that is the call, as obviously Akali and Syndra, they do a lot of damage. I personally would have probably chosen something else, though. I will be honest. Because Force of Nature doesn't sound too crazy. I mean, it is really good on Belveth, don't get me wrong. The movement speed passive is absolutely great. But still, I maintain. Alright, so the Baron dance has begun. And I believe that actually the Baron dance has already kind of ended, as the red team is just starting to work on the Baron here. Blue team not really in position, and we're seeing a turnaround here. Yone ultimate is barely missing, but the Baron is picked up. Sejuani will pay with her life, probably. I was absolutely wrong about that one, as they pick up a double kill here, and the blue team takes a smashing loss here. Ghost on Pyhosik available. You saw him move closer to the Syndra there, so that he would be able to hit the knock up while she hits her knockback. And then he would have the ability to catch back up. As Akali will barely not pick up a kill onto the Draven, who then gets finished off by the Syndra, luckily. However, Syndra probably going to go down here, but Yone is running out of time. Yone is going to pick up a kill on... Well, actually, was it? Yeah, Janna? No. It was the Yone who picked up the kill. So 4-4-8. Zeka is coming back nicely. He's done some decent plays here, but his Yone definitely feeling a little bit more wonky than some of his other champions, as Olaf is having a good old time and flashing. Yep. GG, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one, and stay awesome.